Crumple zones are structurally engineered to absorb and dissipate energy. Everybody, Johnny Toyota here.
Hey, you forgot your shirt!
Wardrobe!
Okay, that is fine.
Okay, what's this on me?
Good enough.
Toyotas are designed to give up their life for you. More on that in a minute. I thought I was fit until I became a car salesman. What's up? Taught me differently. That's right, I've got the Up24 Jawbone Constant Activity Tracker. That's right, the government is now tracking my every move. For those of you that worry about that, what difference does it make? In the long run, probably with a device like this, tracking my activity level and my health, certain aspects of my health, years from now they're going to aggregate this data and they're probably going to learn some things. You're going to be long dead and you're not going to care anymore whether Google or the government was tracking you. But I digress. Today we're here to talk about crumple zone. If you're over 40, crumple zones may mean an entirely different thing to you. For example, you think crumple zones? Yeah, that's that feeling in my back, that arthritis that's kicking in from kicking the you-know-what out of my body playing soccer for 20 years. I'm crumpling down there. I'm also crumpling a little here. My chest muscles are sagging a little bit, even with regular strength training. All part of getting older, I guess. Don't love it. But those are not the crumple zones we're here to talk to you about today. The crumple zones I'm here to talk to you about today are the ones that were getting me all choked up at the beginning of this video. Here we go. Turn that screen back on so I can see my notes. So what do I mean when I say Toyotas are designed to give up their life for you? Well, most cars today are designed to give up their life for you. In other words, it doesn't take much anymore in a crash for your car to be totaled. Why is that? Well, because crumple zones in a car, in any car, are designed to absorb the force on impact with another car. So instead of the car crushing you on the inside, force is distributed. For example, if you go into a head-on collision, force is distributed up over the top of the car, down the sidebars of the car, and around. The car crumples, but it protects the cabin inside and keeps you safe. Here are a couple of stories that I want to share with you about this very fact very recently. Imagine a guy on Highway 30. I heard this story in one of our meetings this week. He's going 65 miles an hour in his Camry up over the top of a hill so he can't see what's ahead of him. And what's ahead of him is a dump truck stopped to make a left-hand turn. This guy wham, smashes into the dump truck at 65 miles an hour in his Camry. Calls TJ, our sales manager, about 5 minutes after the crash. Crumple zones, airbags, safety features. A lot of this goes back to one thing I wanted to make sure and comment on in this video too. People will say, oh, I love to keep my cars forever. Well, that's really noble, but your car from 10 years ago is not nearly as safe as cars today. Sold a Sienna minivan, an all-wheel drive Sienna minivan. By the way, we are the only company, Toyota, who makes an all-wheel drive minivan. His van was totaled when he got rear-ended. Somebody hit them at 40 miles an hour. They were sitting still, stopped, somebody comes up, boom, rear ends them at 40 miles an hour. He had his kids in the third row of that Sienna. Sienna crumpled, they were all fine. Crumple zones, excuse me. Turn it back on. And in addition to that, I've got one other photo here, which it's just a graphic that I found online today. Just kind of shows you when the car impacts, just how the car is designed. The force, again, travels up over the top of your heads, down the sides of the car, around the back, but away from you. That's the key. Just real quick now, because my production team is telling me I'm rambling on, and I know you got to get back to work or back to maybe research on your car, or maybe you got to head into the dealership here so we can make a deal. Two other things that the car has to protect you. Engine breakaway mounts, so that when you're in an impact, your engine actually breaks away from how it's held up under the hood and falls to the ground instead of coming toward you. The second thing are special little hooks on the hood where the hood meets the windshield, so that when you come into a front impact, the hood does not come back toward you. It actually catches on the hooks and again crumples and stays away from you. Thanks for watching. This is Johnny Toyota. If you're watching this anywhere else other than JohnnyToyota.com, remember, JohnnyToyota.com for all kinds of great information about cars, life, and staying inspired as a true bohemian in the 21st century. Thank you for watching. By the way, the RAV4 is hot, man. That is selling like, I don't know, cupcakes? Cookies? What can you compare it to?
Hot cakes.
Hot cakes! Selling like hot cakes, baby cakes. All right.